Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss a development that has sent ripples across the Middle East and beyond, a move that many did not expect to see unfold so quickly and with such precision. The Houthis, operating from Yemen, have carried out back-to-back strikes on Israel, an escalation that has reshaped the strategic conversation in the region. From a distance, this confrontation presents a hard-edged, aggressive image. The Houthis, long involved in conflict against the Saudi-led coalition, have extended their reach to target Israel, a country that is used to facing threats from closer borders but not from hundreds of kilometers away in the south. Israel's exterior in this sense is a complex network of defensive layers, radar systems, and military readiness that projects strength, but these recent events have revealed that there are still angles and approaches that require adaptation. Inside this unfolding scenario, the interior is a web of motivations, logistics, and alliances. The Houthis operate with strong ideological resolve and a supply chain influenced heavily by Iranian support. This backing provides them with more advanced missile and drone technology than what might be expected from a movement rooted in Yemen's internal conflict. On the Israeli side, the interior is defined by high-stress security decision-making, where leaders must prioritize among multiple threats coming from Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, and now Yemen. The decision room is crowded with data streams, threat assessments, and the pressure to protect a civilian population spread across urban centers and rural communities. In terms of performance, the Houthis have demonstrated surprising reach and impact. The ability to launch ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and long-range drones capable of approaching Israeli airspace is a statement of both technological progress and tactical planning. Each strike challenges Israel's defense network to respond instantly, with no margin for delay. For Israel, performance in this confrontation is measured not only by the success rate of interceptions but by the speed at which the military can shift defensive coverage to new directions. This demands coordination across Air Force units, radar stations, and missile defense batteries, ensuring that no approach remains unguarded. Safety features in this context are a matter of life and death. Israel's multi-layered defense system has been designed to intercept threats of varying ranges. The Iron Dome handles short-range rockets, David's Sling targets medium-range projectiles, and the Arrow system engages long-range ballistic missiles. Yet even with such sophisticated defenses, the possibility of saturation attacks, where multiple weapons are launched in quick succession, can strain the system. For the Houthis, safety features are not about protecting civilians but about preserving their offensive capabilities. This means moving launch platforms frequently, concealing them from surveillance, and deploying decoys to mislead incoming counterstrikes. Unfortunately, the civilians on both sides face the most danger. The Houthi strikes risk collateral damage if they fail to reach their intended targets, and Israeli countermeasures can also cause harm in the areas where launches originate. The unique selling point of this escalation lies in its geopolitical ripple effect. The Houthis are not simply engaging Israel as a direct enemy, they are sending a broader message to the region and to global powers. By striking Israel, they are positioning themselves as part of a wider axis of opposition that includes groups and states hostile to Israel's existence. This not only elevates their profile but also complicates Israel's strategic calculations. For Israel, this is a unique challenge because it involves defending against a long-range, precision-capable adversary without a shared border, making retaliation more complex and potentially more costly. The price of this confrontation is measured in more than military expenditure. Each interceptor missile Israel fires can cost tens of thousands of dollars, while the Houthis' drones and missiles are often much cheaper to produce. This creates an economic imbalance where the defender spends significantly more than the attacker. Beyond finances, there is a political price. These strikes raise tensions across the Middle East, potentially drawing in other nations either in direct military support or through diplomatic pressure. The U.S., already a key ally of Israel, may feel compelled to increase its presence in the region, while Gulf states must decide whether to distance themselves from or involve themselves in this new front of the conflict. As the strikes continue, both sides face the question of endurance. For the Houthis, sustaining such long-range operations requires a steady flow of resources and technical expertise. For Israel, maintaining high readiness across multiple potential fronts puts a strain on manpower, technology, and political focus. The real danger is that this escalation could become a self-feeding cycle, where each strike and counterstrike pushes the situation closer to a broader regional conflict. From a strategic perspective, the Houthis' move forces a re-evaluation of threat priorities. Israel's defense establishment, accustomed to looking north toward Lebanon and east toward Syria, must now dedicate serious attention to the southern approach from Yemen. This geographic shift expands the defense perimeter and requires not only technical adjustments but also intelligence realignment. Satellites, drones, and surveillance flights must be repositioned, and alliances with nearby countries may need to be strengthened to detect and respond to launches earlier. This confrontation also highlights the growing role of non-state actors in modern warfare. The Houthis, though not a recognized state military, operate with capabilities rivaling those of smaller national armies. Their ability to influence a high-level geopolitical situation through targeted strikes on a distant, technologically advanced nation underscores how warfare has shifted in the 21st century. Precision weapons, asymmetric tactics, and the strategic use of media coverage have made them a force that can no longer be dismissed as purely local. In the end, the Houthis' back-to-back strikes on Israel are more than just an isolated incident. They are part of a shifting landscape in which threats can emerge from unexpected directions and with surprising sophistication. Whether this is a short-term flare-up or the opening chapter of a longer confrontation will depend on the decisions made in the coming weeks. Israel must decide how forcefully to respond without overextending itself, and the Houthis must weigh the benefits of international attention against the risks of severe retaliation. This is a new kind of challenge for both sides, one that combines advanced weaponry with unpredictable political consequences. In a region already defined by layers of complexity, the addition of a new long-range adversary is a twist that could reshape the balance of power in ways that are only just beginning to unfold. The coming days will test not only the technical capabilities of both sides but also their political resolve, their strategic patience, and their willingness to navigate the thin line between deterrence and escalation. The world will be watching closely, because what happens next in this confrontation could have repercussions far beyond the deserts of Yemen and the cities of Israel.